Welcome to our concluding episode in our week about CCO interactions with and in the board. If you've enjoyed this week, let us know. The compliance tip of the day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. And now I'd like to say a few words about the latest podcast on the Compliance Podcast Network, AI Today in 5 with 5. Thrilled to announce the inaugural episode of my latest podcast series, AI Today in 5. I wanted to do a short, curated set of stories and news stories about AI for the compliance professional and the greater business professional. You can check it out on Megaphone, the Compliance Podcast Network, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Apple, or wherever great podcasts are listened to. Check out AI Today in 5. Yesterday, we talked about how a compliance professional can get a board seat. Well, today, I want to talk about after you've obtained your first board seat, what do you need to do to be a success? I hope you've enjoyed this week's series. We'll catch you next week. You need to begin with mastering the first 90 days. Start by listening hard. Your first task is to absorb as much information as possible. This means reading everything: board books, minutes, charters, risk registers, compliance reports. Map who influences what and how decisions are made. Pay attention not just to the formal process, but informal alliances and the power dynamics. 2, pick your moments. New directors often feel pressure to speak up and quickly show they belong. Resist that urge. Early on, focus on clarifying questions that stake strong positions. Like, can you walk me through the assumption behind the forecast? How does his proposal fit into our risk appetite? 3, add value in your lane. Compliance professionals bring unique expertise that most boards need. Use it wisely. Offer short, focused contributions that advance the discussion without grandstanding. Build relationships. Your effectiveness as a director depends on trust. Schedule one-on-ones with company chairs, the CFO, the general counsel, and the chief risk officer. These conversations will help you to understand priorities, build rapport, and identify the skills you can best complement on the board. Build integrity. Boards need truth tellers and compliance professionals who are uniquely qualified for the role. If messaging strays from values in a crisis, or if you sense spin on overtaking substance, say so. Beyond the first 90 days, how can you build long-term board effectiveness? Begin by deepening your governance acumen. Compliance professionals often arrive with strong risk instincts, but less exposure to broader governance topics like compensation, shareholder engagement, and capital allocation. Take the opportunity to learn more about these areas. Next, build oversight with strategic contribution. Boards do not want directors who only highlight risks. They want directors who have balanced risk with opportunity. As a compliance professional, learn to frame your insights in terms of strategic choices. This positions you as a partner in growth, not a gatekeeper. Stay curious. Always stay curious. To succeed, you must combine your technical expertise with the subtler arts of listening, timing, and relationship building. Arrive prepared, model integrity, and contribute strategically. Do that, and you will not just occupy a seat at the table, you will help shape decisions that steer organizations towards long-term success. So what are today's 3 key takeaways? Number 1, never forget your duties to the organization and its stakeholders, not management. 2, independence is your North Star. If you sense pressure to conform, remember your value lies in integrity. And then serving on the board is both an honor and a responsibility. I hope you've enjoyed this 5-part series as much as I have in researching it, writing it, and presenting it to you. We have also written a series of 5 blog posts on each of these topics where I reference the underlying research materials. So I hope you will check that out going forward if you'd like more information. If you've enjoyed this series and like more along these lines, please let me know. The compliance tip of the day is for you. So we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Things that I'm happy to do for you, the compliance profession, is if you have a question or a series of questions you would like some compliance tips on, I'm happy to take any requests that you might want, certainly anonymize them, and give you a quick tip, either one quick tip or maybe a week's worth of quick tips. So if you have any tips you want about your compliance program, you can shoot me an email at tfox@tfoxlaw.com. This podcast was created and produced